Hey you guys, it's Peter. Boom boom. And I'm back. Of course I'm back. I'm not going anywhere. I'm YouTube famous now. Available in 2023. Only on MySpace. Where the infamous Jeffree Star, who we're going to talk about today, got his start. So this morning, I was watching this video that Jeffree Star put out, and it's called Watch Us. We broke our $59,000 Louis Vuitton skateboard, okay? So I was like, I cannot wait to see this because, Jeffree's broken things or destroyed makeup in the past and things like that for, videos. And I wanted to see what this was all about, right? Because $59,000 for a skateboard, I personally think is a lot of fucking money. So anyway, I went to this video already kind of having some preconceived judgments or opinions, which is why, like I've told Karina Kaboom many times in the past, okay, everybody has an opinion, and opinions are like assholes, Karina. Everybody has one. So you shouldn't make assumptions, because when you make assumptions, you're making an ass out of you and me. And I basically made an ass just only of myself, because I went into this video thinking, this is going to be this asinine video, blah, 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 whatever. It wasn't. It was very cute. So what it is Jeffree Star is like this Uber shopper at Louis Vuitton. I mean, I don't know how you would miss that. He has the tattoos on his hands and everywhere, and he's always got Louis Vuitton this and Louis Vuitton that, and it's, and we're not just talking about the bag you go up into Saks and buy, okay? We're talking about the clothing, the shoes, everything, right? The exclusive bags that nobody else can get. So he's talking about how they have this line out, this exclusive line with this red trunk. Ugh, it was absolutely gorgeous. Like, if I saw somebody pull that through the airport, I would be like, baby, they ain't sitting in no coach, okay? So I was like, well, looking at all this going down, and I was like, how is the skateboard going to factor into this? Of course, I was only a minute into the video. So what it is that they put out like 10 of these sets total in the world. They're that exclusive. And Jeffree said that like in what did he say? Like in 3 to 5 years, they would triple in value. Oh, no, no, no. It's like a car. When you drive it off the lot, baby, it starts depreciating in value. The fact that Nathan got his ass on this skateboard, it's done for, okay? It ain't worth probably $10. Well, maybe. I mean, maybe now it's worth more, because if they put that bitch up on eBay and said Jeffree Star's boyfriend Nathan rode this $59,000 skateboard and broke it, they'd probably get, I don't know, 130 for it or something. But anyway, so I'm watching this video, and Jeffree's like so excited to give it to Nathan, right? And he goes in there and he explains that it's like, there's only probably 10 of them in the world and all this kind of stuff. And then Nathan packages it. Now, the total price tag, okay, that he shows this on there, the total price tag for this skateboard, which actually, this is important, comes in this beautiful trunk, is $59,541.25, okay? I will link the video below. You guys should go check it out. It's a good video. So anyway, I'm watching this video, and like Nathan opens it and he's like talking about this skateboard. Now, I don't know shit about skateboards, okay? I don't know shit about skating. I will tell you this, when I was in high school, all my girlfriends were skater chicks. We went and watched all the boys skate. I had crushes on every single one of them. Y'all know who you are out there. So if you think this is, I'm talking about you, I am. Okay. So anyway, but my brother-in-law, Juan Carlos, shout out to Juan Carlos, who we all call Fufu. Shout out to old Fufu. And he is like a die-hard, hardcore skater. I mean, like, we would be sitting around on Thanksgiving having to wait to have dinner because he was out skating with his friends kind of skater, right? And I met Fufu when he had I think he was just turning 15, and he is now 23. So, like, he has been a die-hard skater from day one, right? And I thought, if there's anybody that can watch this video and give it a true, like, evaluation and no bullshit, like, not just me, because listen, I do my research, okay? I'm not just one of these drama channels that get up here and give their opinions. No, I'm an elite drama channel. As James Charles referred to me as all of us, I'm a drama account executive, okay? I do my research, baby. I don't Photoshop, I do my research. So I called up Fufu and I said, hey, I want you to watch this video. And let me know what you think about all this, okay? The hocus pocus ridiculousness. And I was kind of hoping he would say to me, this skateboard is trash. Why would anybody spend $60,000 on a skateboard? Because that's kind of truly how I felt about it, right? But I said, listen, I want you to give me your honest opinion. I want you to watch the video, unbiased, and then I was like, do you know who Jeffree Star is? He was like, no. And I was like, Jeffree Star, like, he got famous on MySpace for doing all this music, and I like sang a little bit. He's like, no. And I go, he does like beauty stuff. He like looks like a really beautiful woman, but he's a guy, and like gender fluid and all this kind of stuff. And he's like, oh, I think I know who you're talking about. That just shows you, like, on YouTube, that outside the world of YouTube, nobody knows who any of the beatboxer. Nobody knows who any of these people are, right? So anyway, I'm like, so he watches the video, I'm like sitting there waiting. So I got in my car and I thought, hell, I'm just gonna leave. So he calls me back and he's like, okay, I watched the video. He was like, what do you want to know? And I said, well, what do you think of the skateboard? And he was like, I mean, it's not worth, I don't think a skateboard like that is worth $59,000. And I go, why do you think it's worth so much? He goes, well, here are the two things. He goes, first of all, I think you're really paying for the trunk that it comes in. He goes, the skateboard, to be honest with you, is really not that big of a skateboard. He goes, it's a nice deck. It's gorgeous because of the Louis Vuitton print. He said, but like the deck and like the bearings are all just pretty average. He goes, they're not like top of the end skating like equipment. He goes, you know, it's okay. And I said, okay. And he goes, but the other thing you need to know is that Supreme is like a really high-end skate, and I already knew this, it's high-end skate, you know, streetwear stuff. So like a $10 t-shirt will be marked up to $60. And I said, yeah, I knew that. And he goes, the fact that Supreme and Louis Vuitton did this collab together probably makes it $59,000. He goes, but what I would be really interested in knowing is how much are you paying for the trunk? The trunk is what you're probably paying for, not the skateboard. The skateboard's probably this kind of throw-in thing, right? So it's not really like you're paying $59,000 for a skateboard. And I was like, oh, you know, I hadn't really thought about that, right? And I said, okay. I said, so like, if you had, how did I say it to him? I said, if you had $10 million in the bank, would you go buy this skateboard? He laughed. He goes, oh, absolutely not. And I said, well, what would you do? And he goes, well, I mean, I would go to my local skate store and I would like buy a 10 times better skate deck and bearings and all that kind of stuff for a lot less. And I said, okay, what would a top end skateboard completely put together? He goes, with the bearings, the deck and everything. He goes, yeah. He goes, you could really get a good one for $150. And I said, 200 max. He goes, I mean, $200, he goes, would be phenomenal. He goes, but really, 150 would get you a really nice set. And I was like, okay. I don't think he said set, but whatever he said. So anyway, it is right now 94 degrees. I am sweating bullets up in this car talking about this Jeffree Star skateboard. I need a Jeffree Star skateboard. Anyway, Jeffree Star should put out a line of skateboards with Nathan. That would be so cute. Oh my God. There, Jeffree, there's your idea. So anyway, we were talking about it, and I said, but you think it's a waste of money? And he goes, no. He goes, but I mean, he goes, like, that's a lot of money for that, right? So let's just look at this for a second. 59,541.25 cents, okay? Let's minus, I upped it to $200. So it's an up mark of $59,341.25 per my expert skater, Fufu, Juan Carlos, because, and I will link his Instagram information below in case any of you would love to go follow the infamous J Parade, Fufu, Juan Carlos, my brother-in-law of the world. He's fantastic and extremely supportive of Alex and I. But anyway, because of the fact that it's Louis Vuitton and Supreme, I used to have this girl back in the day that I knew in treatment. I will never forget her. We had this real girl that was like super, super rich. And she'd talk about how she just sit in her closet all day long. And she's like, I just sit there and I look at all of my purses. And this other girl with like this high center ponytail and this like, you know, Mickey Mouse sweatshirt on. She'd be like, well, what kind of purses y'all got up in there? And she'd say, well, I have Louis Vuittons, and I have Chanel's, and Balenciaga, and then the other girl goes, I have a favorite purse too, and the girl looked at her and she goes, well, what's your favorite purse? And she goes, my Louis Vuitton. I will never forget that till the day I die. Anyway, so, I wonder where that girl is today with her high center ponytail, probably, I don't know, she's probably on Teen Mom OG, Amber Portwood, love her all day long, lives 10 minutes from me. Amber, why are we not having brunch? Come on, girl, we tweet each other. So anyway, I said to him though, like, and I said, oh, well, what about Nathan as a skater? Like, is he a bullshit skater? Because it makes him look like a really good skater in this. And what I love is that Jeffree's just like standing there like everybody's skater chick, like just totally enamored of all the skaters. It's so cute when watching it, right? And I was like, is he a good skater? He goes, I mean, if I saw Nathan at a skate park, he goes, I would think he could rip it. Like, he's a pretty good skater. And I was like, so he's not bullshit. He goes, oh, no, not at all. He goes, he's a really good skater. And I was like, okay. And, I said, so what about the damage to the deck? And he was like, oh yeah, he was right in the video. It's pretty fucked up. I go, but it just looks like a nick in the deck. He goes, well, the problem is you could probably still get some wear and tear out of it. He goes, but it's going to break over time. He goes, the damage that you see on there, it looks really small, but it's just going to wear down the deck, and the skateboard is just going to make it, it's going to fall apart eventually anyway. So he goes, basically he destroyed the deck. And I go, oh, so it's not worth so much more. He goes, no, it's not. And I said, okay, so final question. I said, if I gifted you this skateboard, oh no, I said, what do you think most skateboarders would say about this? And he goes, I think there's a lot of skateboarders out there that are so hardcore and want to act like, they would never spend any money on this kind of stuff and whatever. He goes, but I think the majority of skateboarders out there would think this is cool as shit. And I go, really? He goes, oh yeah. He goes, I think so. And I said, okay, so if I gifted you this skateboard, would you ride it? He goes, I'd ride the fuck out of that thing. He goes, I'd show up at this skate park and ride the fuck out of that thing. I fucking love kids. I go, would you really? He goes, absolutely. He goes, I think it's fucking cool as shit. So anyway, there's the real tea from a skater's perspective on Jeffree Star and the $59,000 skateboard. I guess it wasn't really that bad of a deal anyway. I really struggle a lot of times when I see, I like nice things too, okay? Don't get me wrong. And my husband, he loves Louis Vuitton anything, and I have gifted him a lot of Louis Vuitton through the years, but I'm more the Saks shopper that goes in there and maybe buys a wallet or a scarf. I ain't got the kind of money to buy my good Judy, I don't know, a hat, or my husband a skateboard, and he wouldn't use it anyway, so he'd be pissed and return it, I don't know, for something, probably the trunk. But I do like high-end things, but sometimes I really, really struggle when I'm doing a video about teen queens that can't even afford more makeup than the Dollar Tree, lipsticks or whatever. And then there are other people in the world that are starving to death and we're spending $60,000 on a skateboard. I really struggle with that. Does anybody out there struggle with this? And listen, I don't know how Jeffree Star spends his money. I don't know how he makes his money. It's none of my business, quite frankly, to tell somebody else how to spend their money. I am sure that Jeffree donates a lot of money. I've seen him. He donated to the Pulse victims. He's donated to a lot of things through the years. I've seen it. I think that's fantastic. And I think when you're on that level of wealth, then you are able to spend money on some things that you wouldn't normally have. And it's not my place to tell anybody how to spend their money, but my God, can you imagine opening a present and it was that Louis Vuitton trunk with a $60,000 skateboard inside? Baby, I don't even skate and I'd be ollie in all day. Anyway, leave in the comment section below what you guys think, okay, about this. If you had unlimited amount of money, would you buy this skateboard? Anyway, I love you guys, and I will talk to you later. Bye.